combination of two popular activities, football and bowling. Now the Tri-State is getting into the new craze of Fowling, right? Here to show us how it all works and where the idea came from, we got Joe Frank and manager Ernest Lawrence from Fowling Warehouse Cincinnati in Oakley. Guys, thanks for being here.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us.
I can't believe the word just hearing about this.
Right?
This has apparently been a thing for a while now.
It has been. It's been going on in Detroit for about 5 years.
Okay.
They've been playing it for about 20 years. The game started in Indianapolis 500. It was born at the Indianapolis 500. Detroit decided to make a Fowling Warehouse 5 years ago. They've had 30 lanes. They're very successful with it, and we're really excited to be the first Fowling franchise to branch off and start Fowling in Cincinnati.
Unbelievable. How's business so far? How are we doing?
Oh, we're doing great
Yeah?
so far. Fridays and Saturdays last week was our opening weekend.
Yeah.
And we had a great crowd come in. The business runs itself. Once people start playing, it's just a hooting and hollering.
Do you have some snacks? Do you
lot
have
of
snacks
woos.
there to eat while we're foaling?
So we have food
Snacks
trucks,
bar, yeah.
we have chips at the bar, but
Okay.
we have two large bars. One's actually 48 feet long. It's the length of a Fowling lane.
Okay.
We have a lot of local craft beers, wine, liquor, the whole bit.
Okay.
So full service bar.
All right, guys, set it up for us. How do we play?
All right, it's simple. We're gonna put Sheila on one side and Bob on the other.
Milady?
Yes.
All right, go.
Big competition.
How big are the lanes
right.
in the warehouse? Are they like bowling lanes?
So it is actually regulation bowling lane size.
Okay.
So the back of the board to the back of the board at the warehouse is 48 feet.
Okay, so this is
And
much shorter
This
today.
is a little
This
bit
is.
much shorter. So in the warehouse, I have lines painted on the ground behind the board and in front of the board. So there's a girls line and a guys line.
Okay.
So it's a very simple tailgate game. You just
Fun.
take turn throwing back and forth, and the first team to knock down the other pins,
All the pins?
wins.
Yeah.
Do you have to
All
just
right.
knock them down or knock them off the board?
You got to knock them
Knock 'em
down.
off the
I'll
board.
pick them up off the board once they're fallen.
Okay.
So you can do it a couple
Can
different
you
ways.
hit a strike and a spare and
Yes.
all that? Okay.
You can get a strike. And there's another way to win,
No,
which
I
is
can't.
one of a kind. It's called a bonk.
a bonk.
So
What's a bonk?
there's a center pin right here, okay?
Yeah.
And if you look dead on, you can hit it just right, and it falls off. And if that's the only one that falls off, it's an automatic win.
Oh.
There you go.
So, sort of in cornhole parlance, that would be like throwing it right in the hole.
Right in the hole.
Okay.
Got it.
That's
Let's
right.
go. Come on, Bob.
That's what you got,
Throw
Bob.
it over
Okay.
here, buddy.
Typically,
Okay.
the guys throw behind the boards.
Two pieces on
Behind?
backing up.
Yes, yep.
Do most guys lob or do you sling it?
There is no specific
There's no
way.
specific
you can
way?
some guys throw underhand.
Dude, when I miss these things completely, it's going to be horrible.
So when Bob and I went axe throwing with the rest of our team, Bob was really good with the axes. Let's see how he is with a football.
See, not great.
Not so great. Okay.
Try from the front
All right.
end. Leave
I'm
me
not
alone.
gonna, I'm not going to talk any smack because
she's gonna nail like 8
I don't
of them.
know.
It's gonna be terrible.
I
She. Oh! Really good.
So here's a very fun part of the game.
Yeah.
When you're throwing the ball, you see how it kind of moved around after
Yes.
that? There's going to be people right next to you in the full house.
Oh.
So what happens once you throw your first ball,
Yeah.
the pins are live. So
Okay.
if I kick them on accident when I'm playing defense,
Yeah.
if
Oh.
balls bounce over and knock them down, it's all live. So you gotta play defense.
Oh, you
and
play
that's
So
Like,
people
I
are
need to
able to
try
like
and
block
catch-
it.
you can't block it until it passes the back line.
Oh, but then you can't. Okay.
But in the courts, I've got a back wall, so it'll bounce and then come right up without you even
oh,
knowing.
so you need to get that ball after it comes over.
You got to stay alert the
Okay.
whole
I feel
time.
so much pressure
Time
now.
for
I miss all these
defense
again.
now.
I swear.
There's no bouncing over here, but.
Hey,
that was
there we
good,
go.
Bob. That
All
was
right.
good.
Nice shot.
Okay. I feel slightly better about myself now.
Yes.
We've had.
All right.
Oh.
We got like
He's up.
30 seconds
He's up.
left.
Oh, that was way off center. Do it again, Bob.
Oh! But I hit Sheila in the head. I should get a point for that.
Okay.
That was like a
Get
ball
another hand
off
throw.
Sheila's head.
Oh! Right in front of him.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can see where you'd get a little fired up about this after a while.
I'm used to throwing at my son, and he's like almost Bob's height.
Exactly.
It's hard to throw it
it's
down low,
very
isn't it?
unusual.
Oh, Bob.
There we
Bob's
go.
gonna win.
There we go.
Okay, one more.
Ah!
I'm just short. I throw like
Darn
a
it.
girl. Chuck.
What are the odds I
I
went right
am a
between
girl.
those? I went through the uprights for crying out loud.
That's the most
Unbelievable.
frustrating part sometimes.
Oh,
It'll
we
go
gotta wrap
right
it up.
in
We
it.
gotta wrap it
No.
up. One more for me. Okay, here
This is
we
like
go.
speed bowling.
Last one.
Speed bowling, that's what it is.
Dang it. That is hard.
It is hard. I'm gonna go.
Give it an underhand. Give it an underhand.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
We're gonna keep playing until somebody wins.
Seriously, look, Tara, you can do whatever, but we're not coming in.
Go, Tara.
Tara, you
Thanks,
do your
guys.
thing.